All right. Yeah, I had issues when I originally started this shit. They kept saying that my connection was out, and my connection is never usually out. You know. But peace, and welcome. This is like my first time doing a spiritual live on Facebook. I usually don't even want people knowing that I do this shit, but I personally don't care. I was called to do it, so I said, fuck it, why not? But of course, Facebook will try to fuck with the live when you try to provide some detailed information. You understand? But I'm here. But this evening I'm gonna be discussing deep meditation techniques, how to clear any distractions while meditating, as well as how to lose your fear of astral traveling, okay? Because a lot of people have trouble with meditating, especially on a deeper level, without getting distracted or et cetera, et cetera. Some people can't meditate at all, or dream, which is worse. If you can't dream, that's a big issue, and you have a lot of clutter and blockage that you need to clear. If you are having issues dreaming at all, because dreaming and meditation damn near the same thing. You understand? The only difference is you aren't consciously aware of it. Your physical body is resting, but your spirit body is active. Okay? That's literally what's going on. So I'm gonna get some people in here before I start, because I am I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna get deep. Trust and believe, I will get deep, and I will give you detailed information on that. I will give you detailed information on everything you need to know, about meditation and etc. Because that's something I do regularly and instantly, because my realm of imagination is just at that level. When you're high in the imagination realm, meditation is like that. Astral projecting is like that. And astral projecting is the same thing as daydreaming. It's the same thing as lucid dreaming. It's all one and the same. There's no difference between astral traveling or astral projecting. There's really no difference in that. You understand? So it's not a difference in, astral projection and daydreaming. That's one and the same. If you can daydream, you can astral project, because daydreaming is basically astral projection. You understand? So it's not really any different at all. But it's really about you creating within yourself, on your mind, to be exact, to get to where you want to go. That's what it's all about. It's about being in that creative space, because creativity is very key in spirituality. You understand? So that's what it's all about. That's really what it's all about. It's about you knowing and creating to get to where you want to go. Joe was popping. That's what it's all about. I'm trying to get people in the room, because I'm trying to go places with this shit. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to do. And there's certain people that need to hear this. So I'm just inviting and adding as I go along. But yeah, this shit is very key. This shit is very key when you go there. But I don't I don't always go live all the time with this shit. You know what I mean? This is like my first time going live with anything spiritual at all. You know what I mean? But I'm just trying to put out the info. You said, oh shit, I astral project all day. No wonder I'll be feeling distant when I come. Man, I feel distant all the time. I'm always feeling distant. That shit is regular now. At this point, that shit is regular. This is a subject I want to study more and go deeper with. Yeah, this shit is it. You know what I'm saying? This is how it, you know, that's just how it goes down. But I want to start. I mean, we gotta at least get like 5 people in the room before I actually go in. You know what I'm saying? I want to at least get like 5 people in the room before I start breaking shit down. For real, that's what I'm really trying to do here. You can share the live. Make sure you share this live. If you are in the room, share the live. Yeah, it's like you here, but you're not here. Right, absolutely. Please share the live if you in here. We got 3. I'm waiting for 5. Oh, there we go. Anyway, so let me get into it. So a lot of people have trouble with staying in meditation. The problem is there's a lot of people who are easily distracted with meditation, like they might go into meditation, then some other shit hits their mind. The key goal in meditating is to create a scene, create a scenario. Create a scene, create a scenario in your head where you go somewhere. You have to be in that imagination realm. The realm of imagination is very key in meditation. The realm of imagination is very key. You have to be able to create. And if you can't create, you got to practice creating. You can even start off meditating with your eyes open. I can meditate with my eyes open or closed. It doesn't matter. You can stare at an object. You can stare at the wall and pretend that you're seeing shit. Because the key is to pretend that you're seeing shit. You must play pretend. You got to do the childlike shit. You got to be childish. The childlike mindset is an advanced mindset because the childlike mindset is coming from a place that's not here. The childlike mindset is the spirit world. Because when babies come out, they don't have any idea where they're at. They don't have any knowledge of where they're at. They only remember where they came from. And that's why they come in here as foreign. But you have to approach this shit on some foreign shit. You gotta make shit up. You gotta pretend. You understand? Day was good. The key goal is to get into the creative mindset, the imagination realm. If you gotta paint a picture, draw something, you can put yourself in that shit. You understand? You gotta give yourself an idea, when you're going into a meditation. As you continue this practice of imagining shit, eventually when you do, and when you're locked in and zeroed in meditating, you start to really, really see shit. I'm talking about realms, colors. The first thing you might see when you first start getting into projecting, and I'm talking about consciously projecting, is you might start seeing colors. When I first started to really get deep into meditation, the first shit I seen was purple. You understand? I was in like a purple realm when I first started really going there. When I was really starting to go places when I first started meditating. It was like all purple. There were these like blob-like creatures and shit like that. You might start seeing different type of animals that are not even in this realm. You might start seeing some real like mystical animals. I mean, like dogs with wings and shit like that. You might start seeing some type of entities that are represented in that fashion. You're going to see different energies, okay? Now, this might be spooky to a lot of people. And that's where that breaking the fear comes from, because you can go even further than that. You can go into different worlds, but you have to break that fear. You understand? Because you're going to see shit. You're gonna see shit that's just some shit you've never seen before. That's completely the opposite of what you see in your daily physical life, right? So you're gonna see shit like that. You're going to start to see things that, are in a different realm. You're gonna come out of this realm, and you can go to different realms in this shit. You can. But you have to be able to break past the fear aspect, because a lot of people don't break from that fear aspect. You understand? And that's hard for some people, but look, this is what comes with the path. This shit is not for everyone. But if you're being called to do it, then shit, you're gonna have to, toughen up. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, this shit will catch you by surprise too. It's not like, it's just gonna be a smooth sail. Nah, you're gonna see some shit, and it's gonna catch you by surprise. You might start hearing voices randomly. I'm telling you, I hear voices all the time. And sometimes you don't even know what the shit is saying. It's be like a whole higher entity trying to communicate with you. You don't even know what the fuck it's talking about. And that can happen sometimes. You might hear people say shit to you. And that's just gonna come with the work, bro. When you start to get into that imagination realm, shit starts to change. You start to gain and enhance your psychic abilities. And that's when you start to get deeper into astral projecting. That's when the astral projecting becomes a lot easier. And in this current cycle that we're in this paradigm, you are going to be more, it's going to be more easy to access certain things, okay? Certain things are going to be much easier to access. You won't have to put in so much work as you did in the last paradigm. Because in the last paradigm shift, you had to put in a lot more work to get to a certain place. But now it's not as much work because so many portals are currently open that you can now easily access shit and abilities and etc. Joe said, I'm at the hearing voices and seeing spirits out the corner of my eye. See, that right there, that happens to me a lot. And that's been happening to me for a few years. Seeing things out the corner of your eye, that shit that's really there. You just have to be at a certain frequency to see what that is. Like just see it regularly. But then you see shit in the corner of your eyes, that shit is really there, but only at a certain frequency where you see that shit regularly, like it's a tree. You understand? Sometimes it'll be objects that you might see at the corner of your eye, and that shit is really there. It's not like, I just seen some shit and I'm bugging out. No, you really are seeing shit and it really is an energy that's there, but you have to be at a certain frequency to see that thing whole and fully, on a regular basis. Because just seeing it out the corner of your eye means, okay, you're near that frequency to where you can see shit like that normally. You understand? So, the whole key to meditation is imagination. And the more you dabble with your imagination, is the more you will begin to see shit. Now, listen to this story, because this is a story that some of you may know, some of you might not know, some of you might remember. But back in 2019, this was about summertime, I had got arrested, right? And this is during the time that I was working with the entity Bruce Lee. I was working with Bruce Lee. Yeah, I was working with Bruce Lee. He's one of my ancestors that I fuck with. So Bruce Lee was helping me out, and I'm talking about the real fucking Bruce Lee. Yes, the fucking martial arts expert, that nigga. Yeah, I was working with him. He was coming to me in dreams and shit. When he had showed me some shit. I was in a class with different people, and Bruce Lee was showing me shit on a projector. And he was trying to show me some shit that was to come. And after that happened, after that dream, I had ended up getting arrested for some stupid shit. Family drama, whatever. This is when I was in New York. I'm not in New York anymore. I ain't got arrested. Went in the cell. Look, when I was in these cells, because you know that in New York City, when you get arrested, you go to Central Booking in Queens. I was in different cells, and I was meditating as I was there, and I was seeing shit. I was seeing sand on the ground. On the goddamn cell ground, all I seen was sand moving and shit. This was probably around the time where I was getting way more, direct projections and shit. And actually, that was the time that I learned how to meditate with my eyes open. Because as I was in that cell, I was seeing different energies and shit. It was different energies. There was goddamn sand on the floor moving. Felt like I was in goddamn ancient Kemet or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And, eventually I got out. I didn't even have to go to court. I got out. I didn't have to go to court. I didn't have to see no judge. By the time I got to like that fourth cell, because they move you from cell to cell, I got out the cell, and the CO took me out the cell, and he said, yeah, you free to go. Took me out, and that was that. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that was some type of lesson I had to learn, because apparently I go through all these goddamn strength tests that spirits put me through. But when I was in Central Bookings, getting moved from cell to cell, that's when I was learning how to meditate with my eyes open. Spirit was showing me that. Bruce Lee and Spirit was showing me that. And when I say spirit, I'm talking about my higher self, which is also your intuition, because everybody got one. Brendan L. Green said, bless, astral planes, bro. Yeah. But, yeah, when I was in Central Booking, that's when I learned how to meditate with my eyes open. So the key to meditation is imagination. You just have to imagine. And the deeper you get into the imagination realm is how shit opens up. Now, again, a lot of people have fear when they get deep into that meditation shit. Shit happens like you be in a dream, and when you wake up from the dream, it's so lucid that remnants of the dream begin to appear when you wake the fuck up. And that happened to me recently. Because I swore I had a rat on my bed, and I almost fucking broke my neck jumping out the bed because I thought I had a rat near me. And it was only remnants of the dream that was still there when I woke up. But it eventually vanishes when when you wipe your eyes and you get back into that full human vision. But when you do dream on a very lucid dream, look, some wild shit can happen. I had a friend of mine's, he had woke up and seen a damn 500-pound tiger on his bed when he woke up. Can you imagine how fucking shook he was at that shit? I ain't mad at it. But sometimes when you have them kind of dreams and you really tapped in and you're deep into that meditation, sometimes, not even meditation at that point, but dreaming, period. When you're dreaming and you're in bed and you're just dreaming and you wake up from a dream, sometimes if it's that lucid, you're going to see that remnants of that dream when you wake up. And it's just going to happen. That's just how it is. It literally happens. You know what I'm saying? But that's what comes with the work. That's what comes with the work. And we also know that meditation is good for manifestation because, when you meditate on some shit and you can picture it and you can live in it, it can physically manifest, which happens too. And right now in this paradigm, it is very easy to have some shit that you dreamed of, some shit that you meditated on, come to pass physically from the metaphysical aspect, which happens because there's portals in which, shit will come through that portal and physically manifest just because you were thinking of it or because you were really tapped into where you wanted that shit to happen. But it's all about your belief in it. So if you believe in it that much, it's gonna happen, especially right now because of all the portals that's currently open. And because that shit is currently open the way it is, that shit is gonna manifest. And it happens. You know, it all depends on your frequency, and it all depends on what you truly want. And if it's for you, if it's meant to be, it's gonna happen regardless. You know, when you can always change shit around as well, that's all up to you. But you have to truly believe in that shit and put in the work towards it. And to be 100% honest, when it comes to manifestation, the way that shit really physically comes to pass is when you correspond with a metaphysical aspect, which is meditation, and you physically do things to correspond with the meditation, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make sense as best as I possibly could, but from my experience and from watching other people that I know that are into this work, the best methodology to this shit to have something manifest to you tenfold would be to physically correspond with meditations that you do. And that's basically physically corresponding with the whole metaphysical aspect, which is meditation. So anything that you truly want, if you were thinking of that, if you were picturing and visualizing that, you have to correspond with the energy on a physical level for it to happen tenfold. And that's how it really goes, to be honest. You know, you don't have to be, you know, in a fucked up or stagnant state unless you want to be. And you only stay fucked up and in a stagnant state if you choose to be. You know, you have to do shit. You gotta move around. You gotta put in work. You know, shit don't magically just fall out the sky, even though sometimes it does. But it has to be for a certain reason, to be honest with you. It has to be for a reason. Or meant to be, you know what I'm saying? But, again, it's all about imagination. It's all about imagination. This is all it's really about. The imagination realm. That's what this shit is really about. You have to be able to create in your mind and visualize everything that, you know, you truly want on that resonates with you. That's how it really goes. You have to be able to know, you know, what you want. Some people are in a stuck state. You know, they want to remain stuck, etc., etc. And, you know, that's truly up to them. You know, but, again, it's all about the work that you put in. It's all about the work you put in. Joe said, gotta put in that masculine energy. Absolutely. Masculine and feminine, because, you know, there's a male masculine and a male feminine. You know, just like there's a feminine masculine. Some of it's unbalanced. The problem is it's unbalanced as fuck. There's too much people that's unbalanced. There is no balance, you know. A lot of people don't want to face themselves in the mirror. And guess what? If you can't face yourself in the mirror, which is the true meaning of facing your demons, then you're going to be stuck. John said, I'm tapped in. Please say something that makes sense. Let's go, my guy. What do you mean say something that makes sense? I've been talking about shit that makes sense this entire life, bro. But, yeah, there's too many people that are unbalanced and have zero balance. You know, people are having too much of something and they're not taking it in dosages, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? People have an issue with, you know, doing too much of something. There is such thing as doing too much of something. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do shit in small dosages. You gotta have a balance. You have to know how to balance shit. You know what I'm saying? You have to know how to balance shit. You know, people are scared of little shit. People are scared of being alone and all this other shit. You're really just scared to face yourself. If you scared of solitude, you scared to face yourself. Solitude is the best medication to damn near any fucked up situation you may have. That's why motherfuckers go to jail and turn their life around, because you alone pretty much most of the time. Ain't nobody outside with you no more. All the fucked up people you was dealing with that probably got you in a fucked up situation and got you locked up. Not everybody who goes to prison turns out fucked up. Some people go get locked up and come out because they needed that solitude to regain and reinvent themselves and regain their composure because they was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's just, a key point in life in general. You know what I mean? Joe said, so if you're trying to manifest, say, a new laptop, start looking at the one you want as well as meditate on it and be prepared to shell however much money and watch it come. Yeah, of course. That's the same thing that I was speaking of. When you want something, you gotta physically correspond with the energy, because when you physically correspond with what you're meditating on, it comes that much faster. You know what I'm saying? Because you had to put in the work to get to that laptop, so to speak, right? But it's all about your imagination. Imagination is key. Remember in school, what they said in school? They said, stop staring off into space. That's the worst fucking advice ever. Stop lollygagging, stop daydreaming, stop staring off into space. Do you know what staring off into space is? Meditation. Meditation. No, stare off into space, because space is the astral plane. Space is the astrals. Why not stare off into space? They use these teachers and shit to tell you this shit. That's the government trying to fuck you up. The government understands this shit. They know. They want to make sure you don't know, because they got to take advantage of you for their own profit. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's always been in this corrupt system that we are in our society. It's made to keep you in a stagnant place. I mean, I know you don't want to work at Burger King and Walmart for the rest of your goddamn life. You know what I'm saying? You trying to go elsewhere. You trying to branch out. You trying to do bigger and better things. In whatever career path you trying to go towards. You ain't trying to stay in no goddamn low-end job. You don't want to do that shit. And maybe some people do. But you trying to get to a higher place or fulfill your purpose, whatever resonates with you. Joe said that happened with me and weed. I smoked too much too often, and my body started rejecting THC. CBD was fine, but THC would cause my body to feel super weird in a dangerous way. I'm good now. I had to stop smoking for a while, over a year. THC is just fine with my body now. I'm glad I went through that. Yeah, you gotta go through the imbalance to get to the balance. It all comes from learning, And we done been through some fucked up learning periods, especially this year. I know me and a lot of other people have gone through some fucked up learning this year. And I know it's fucked up learning shit, but it don't last too long. A lot of shit that you're gonna learn is gonna come with hardships. And that's only because you're that strong to handle it. Because everybody can't handle what you can handle. Everybody's not going to be able to handle what you can handle. So if the shit is happening to you, then it only means you can handle that shit. And then you have to go through that pain and suffering, which is pretty much a course, to get to where you got to get to. And get whatever you truly desire. You understand? But this shit is about imagination. I can't say it. How many times can I say it? Imagination is the key to this shit, man. Imagination is the key to this shit. You have to know what you want. You have to do physical things to correspond with what you want, because we think and imagine a lot. If we think and imagine, because everybody imagines some shit, How can you not meditate? It's only you thinking that you can't meditate that's stopping you from meditating. And meditation, there's levels to meditation. There's so many levels to meditation. It don't just start with step one. You can go from point A to point AZ. It's an infinite level. There's nothing that's truly the end point of it because it never stops going. Everybody says sky's the limit. That's bullshit. It's never ending. It continues on and on and on. It never stops. It's infinite shit. It's infinite shit. Shit is infinite. Never ending. You think life is over after this? No. It's not over. It's not over. It's not over at all. You know? This shit is infinite. It's never ending. You know, we all got work to do and all that. That's just what it is, man. But I say that to say, like, you gotta understand how imagination works. You have to use your imagination and let your imagination work for you. Because it's crazy how people can imagine something, but they can't make that imagination work for them. Everybody imagines. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. It's possible to be distracted. That's very possible because a lot of people get distracted and thrown off. But if you have balance, you can't be thrown off. How can you be thrown off if you already have balance? When you're unbalanced, you're going to fall. When you are balanced, how can you fall if you know you balanced? If you have balance, you cannot fall. So can't nothing throw you off. So you have to be balanced with everything that you do. Every aspect of this shit you can't do too much of. Again, you gotta take shit in dosages, period. You understand? You gotta take shit in dosages. That's just how it goes. You know? If you can imagine, it's possible. You know? And that's not, to say that you're gonna win $1 million or $1 billion. So, for all those millions and $1 billion people, if it's for you to win $1 million or $1 billion, you will. If not, you won't. I ain't sitting here telling you you're gonna win $1 million or $1 billion. If that's what is made for you, congrats. But that ain't everybody. That's for a small portion of people. And that doesn't mean you're gonna have it forever either. It's only money. Money is pretty much energy. That's all it is. It's a flow of energy that you receive, but doesn't truly exist. The true currency is yourself. Energy is currency. Energy is the real currency. A lot of people have get rich quick dreams. If it's meant for you to get rich quick, you would have already been rich already. I'm not saying you can't get 6 figures or something, because a lot of people have 6 figures too. More people have 6 figures than you actually know. So don't let nobody try to say you don't. Because more people have 6 figures than you actually know. You know what I'm saying? But imagination is key. That's all I'm saying. Imagination is key. Imagination is very key in manifesting. In meditation, it's key. You need to imagine. And I don't care what you do, you just need to imagine. Because imagination is what's going to get you to where you want to be. That's how it goes. Like, you have to be able to visualize shit. It's just the craziest thing is that people say that they can imagine, but they be stuck somewhere. Some people can't even dream. How can you not dream? Some people don't dream, man. And that's crazy. How can you not dream? You understand? Joe said, I'm glad that I was able to get rid of my 9 to 5. My Etsy shop is doing big numbers and supporting me. Truly a gift. Congratulations, Joe. Congratulations on you being an entrepreneur and being able to not have to work 9 to 5. You know, I actually wasn't working from 2018 to 2020, but I recently had got a job only because I had moved. But for the longest, I didn't even have to really work, you know. But shit happens sometimes. Sometimes you gotta take the high road. Sometimes you gotta, do what you gotta do. You know, I'm not even really job savvy like that. I'm not a fan of jobs, but that's just me. Somebody else might like to work and do jobs, but I like to work for myself, which I'm sure most people do. But yeah, you said 2020 was the year for me. Yeah. Bro, that's great. If your shop is making numbers like that, that's great. Shit. I'm sure a lot of people want that. Some of my friends are entrepreneurs as well who are making bank off their businesses and their products and their merchandise that they sell on a, daily basis. So shout out to you, for putting in the work to get your shit off the ground. That's great. But it's all about manifestation. Everybody got their own way to manifest. But another problem with the manifestation thing is a lot of people wanna be on some survival shit. That survival shit can bite you in the ass. Because so many people get a good amount of money, blow it off, and then go right back to trying to get that much money again. So it becomes like a never-ending, like damn near cat and mouse game with abundance, so to speak. Because you just got a pretty good lump sum of money, but you blew the money off, and now you went out and you got to go right back to doing something again that can very much possibly get you locked up for about a decade plus because you want some survival shit. But survival shit ain't it, man. If it's for you to do survival shit, more power to you. But the whole survival game can get really ugly. The survival thing can get real ugly. A lot of people want to, go out here and, do some real vindictive shit. I'm like, bruh, it can either make you or break you. Most of the time, that shit is gonna break you. But again, manifestation is really all based upon how you meditate, how you go about it. Everybody says they can't meditate. Are they lie and say they meditate? A lot of people don't meditate. It's a balance. It's something that you have to do and have scheduled daily, on a daily basis, And it's not hard at all. You just have to be focused, and you have to be able to create an image in your head. You have to be able to visualize the shit that you want and stay in it. You have to be able to get into that imagination realm. It's all about imagination. It's all about imagination. And if you can't imagine, then that's a problem, because everyone can imagine. Who don't imagine, man? Somebody is imagining. You know what I'm saying? If you see someone on the street that you think look good, you imagining doing something to that person, correct? So if you can imagine that, you can meditate. If you can imagine doing something with the person that you find attractive on the street, there's no possible way that you can't meditate. It's just that you're not putting the effort into doing it. You understand? Or you are doing it and you don't realize it. However, what you are meditating on isn't in your favor. The shit that you're meditating on is really not for your better good. You understand? So that can be an issue. you know? And I'm going to say this right here because I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't realize it, but some of the porn you niggas be watching and you bitches be watching is fucking you up. How and why is that? Well, if you watching porn, you're meditating. Yes, if you're getting off the porn, you're meditating. You meditating while you're watching porn. The problem is, what you don't realize is some of the porn you watching is not in high energy. It's in low energy. And this doesn't go for all porn. It's just certain porns you watch you might not realize it's a low frequency that's feeding off you and it's taking away from your potential. It is, stopping you because you meditating on some low shit. Meditating on low shit is going to lead you to manifest low shit. And that's just what it is. If nobody ever told you that you getting off the porn or whatever, that's meditation. It's the same shit. Your eyes is open and you imagining, you meditating. You just on some low shit. So if you looking at some low shit, you're performing sex magic without realizing it. It's just it's not on a high frequency though. You understand? Joe said, if you can't visualize, work on visualization techniques. Just think about what you desire. There's a lot of things you can do when it comes to meditation. When it comes to visualization and when it comes to imagination, which is one and the same. There's so many practices you can do. In my personal opinion, I would look at a wall. Look at a wall and just pretend that you see shit on the wall. You gotta start pretending that you see shit. Do the childlike thing. Do the childish shit. Do the childish shit in your head. Look at a wall and pretend you see shit. I said it in the beginning of this live. Look at a wall and pretend that you see shit. That's all you gotta do. Pretend that you see shit. That's the first thing you should do. Pretend that you see shit. Because pretending is creating. Pretending is an advanced thing to do. If you didn't know. A lot of this shit. Exactly. Bring the inner child out. Boom. Perfect example. The inner child is some advanced shit. That's funny that you mentioned that, Joe. Stare into a candle flame. When you stare into a candle flame, what that also can do is it can bring back dreams that you may have forgotten. Or if you forgot a dream last night, looking into a candle flame will help you remember that shit. That'll help you remember it. So looking into, a candle flame is also good for dream interpretation if you want to remember a dream. You understand? What I was gonna say, but he also said that porn taps into your theta wave state. Yeah, with porn you gotta be very careful with porn because the wrong porn will keep you. It'll bring some low shit. Heather said we become adults and hide our inner child, but the inner child has so much exactly. You are 100% correct. You are 100% correct. In fact, the childhood trauma is what needs to be cleared when you are an adult, which is why adults have so many issues. So many grown people have issues and don't know why. Go back to your childhood. There's some work to be done. There's some shit that needs to be cleared. Now, that involves shadow work. You can meditate for shadow work, too. Depending on where your imagination is, you're going to have to meditate in the shadow work, and you're going to have to reverse some of the most traumatic situations you've gone through in your childhood. There's shadow work. Exactly. There's so many words that the government puts out. Like Joe just said, we are told to grow up. We are told not to stare into space. We are told to, move past such and such. No. You ain't moving past shit. What you need to do is go back to it and fix it, which can require meditation. Some shadow work is physically done. Some shadow work is done metaphysically. Metaphysically, meaning you're going to have to meditate and go back to a traumatic situation and change it in your mind. You're going to have to change that. You can reverse timelines and situations that have affected you traumatically into your adulthood. You're going to have to change that. That's something that you have to change. You know? Now, that might seem difficult to some, but it's not difficult. Pretend you see shit. Again, step one, pretend you see shit. Because, again, the pretending is the childlike shit, the advanced shit that gets you to create, and then you have something to go on from. Once you create that thing, now you have something that you can visualize within yourself when you do meditate, and you can expand upon that as you're meditating. You understand? I done seen different worlds. I done seen past shit. I done seen a lot of shit. I communicate with motherfuckers who are not here anymore. I've communicated with plenty of artists who are not here anymore. I'm talking about Bruce Lee, Prince, Michael Jackson. I done spoken to these people. You don't die. There's no such thing as death. There's no such thing as you not existing anymore. Once you leave this shit, you still exist. There's people, your people is not gone. People you think is dead and gone, and no, they're here. They're around. They ain't went nowhere. They just not physically present. And that's cool. Because metaphysically they are present. You understand? You can see all of these people who, you think, are no longer in existence. I done seen them. I done seen their afterlife. I'm seeing what these people are doing after the human cycle is over with. Joe said another form of meditation is storytelling. Write a story of a situation you want to reverse or manifest and go over it. Yeah, absolutely. If that's something you want to do, a great technique would be to write a story. Because you already are creating a realm just by writing, period. If you guys didn't know, all of these movies that you've watched are cartoons. The places and the settings in which the movie or cartoon took place actually is a real place in the astral realm. The astral realm has things added to it every day. A mere thought of something creates something in the astral realm. No matter how fucked up it is or how nice it is, it exists in the astral realm. Someone else's thoughts, someone else's drawings, someone else's feeling, that exists in the astral realm. You can go into those places. Those places are real. Crystal Lake from Friday the 13th is a real place in the astral realm. However, it's someone else's nightmare. I don't recommend going there, but someone else's nightmare is happening at Camp Crystal Lake in the astral realm. Yeah, I'm just telling you straight up, that's what it is. These places are real places. Once something is created, it actually exists in the astrals. That's just how it works. Things from the physical are already created anyway, metaphysically, before it's presented physically. Everything that we are in right now is a thought. Our life is a thought. Someone done thought of our lives before we was in the life. Ain't that crazy? The life we live in was already thought of before we was in it. And this go for everybody. And I don't care how fucked up your life is. Your life was thought out before you was in it. You only signed to be in the life that you're currently living in. That's the crazy part, right? I know it's crazy, but that's just what it is. You signed up to be in some shit that was already thought out. But also, your life is, what your idea of life is, because obviously how you think is obviously what creates your life as well. But again, imagination is the key. Imagination is very key in meditating. It's incredibly key. You understand? That shit is very key in meditation. Your imagination means the most. Joe said, look up Grant Morrison hypersigil video. He was a comic book creator. He started writing and drawing comics, and he was the main character. The main character almost died in the hospital out of nowhere. He was in the hospital going through everything that the character was. Yeah, he pretty much embodied the character in which he created. So he embodied the character. That's what he did, you know. So what he did was embody, you know, something he created on himself. And that's damn near the same shit as embodying any deities. You know what I mean? That's damn near the same thing like embodying a deity. You gonna go through the same shit. You understand? That's some wild shit, but that's literally what was happening, you know. He created a character in a comic book, and then he embodied everything that the character went through as he was creating the comic book. That's straight up embodying a deity, basically. But this deity was something that he created on his own. And then he pretty much became that and embodied that. You know. That's just how it goes. That's literally how that's like Rick James is the embodiment of Dionysus, the Greek god in the Greek mythos. Rick James is Dionysus. You know, and he embodied that, you know, and that's why he had all the white women, because, you know, the Greek mythology was turned into Caucasian characters. They pretty much changed the Greek mythology into Caucasian characters, but originally the characters were dark. You know, the mythos had darker toned personalities, or darker toned deities that turned Caucasian after the Phoenicians passed. And Rick James is pretty much the embodiment of Dionysus. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Prince too. Which is the Dionysus is like the grown up Baphomet, and Michael Jackson is the actual Baphomet because he's the childlike dude. He's the lesser sexual and the more so innocent. So that's what that is. But the Dionysus figure embodiment was Rick James, pretty much, you know. But that's the same scenario of this comic book dude, Grant Morrison, you know. But that might be a little too deep for certain folks. You know what I'm saying? That might be like way too, you know, over the head type shit. But you get it though. You get what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, this shit is very deep. You know, meditation is far beyond what, you know, a lot of people may know. And you just have to be in a creative space. You know, the best meditation comes from being in a creative space. Some people like to draw shit, you know, and I think that drawing, and if you're not into drawing, I suggest you get into it, because drawing and being an artist, just like creating hypersigils, you can create sigils through your drawings without realizing it, and you can put yourself into a whole different world just by drawing shit, man. Just by drawing shit, you can put yourself into some real deep meditative shit. You can go places. I'm talking about through dream, etc. You know, these things remain subconscious. And your subconscious mind, you know, really comes into fruition in your sleep. That's what happens. When you draw a lot of your drawings remain hidden in the subconscious mind. And that can be a trigger just to get you into a whole different space, astrally, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens, man. That's what really happens. You can really go places, you know, through just doing that alone. You know what I mean? It's some deep shit, man. It's some really deep shit, you know. Some people might not even know what the fuck we're talking about. But This is some really deep shit, man. But it can definitely excel and help you upgrade your DNA and etc. and do shit that you never thought you would be doing. You know what I'm saying? It's some deep shit, dog. It's some deep shit. This is literally what it is, man. The imagination is very powerful. Very powerful. But you gotta have a balance. And you have to be in an artistic space or an imaginative space for you to really, really get deep into this shit. It only gets deeper and deeper, and then, you know, it becomes second nature. You know, visualizing and astral projection it becomes second nature. It literally becomes second nature when you really put it all together. For me, it's second nature. You know, I can see some shit, man. I can tell you a lot of shit. You know, it goes very deep. You know, things become easier to decode because you understand it. You understand the layers behind shit. And once you understand the layers behind shit, you know, shit really gets advanced. And layers ain't even hard to figure out, to be honest. But it takes a certain frequency and a certain mind to really just go there all the way, you know? But, yeah, man. Joe said hypersigils are super deep, and they are, you know? Sometimes people make them and don't realize it, you know? But shit is fucking deep, dog. But Joe said, music is my main tool for visualization. It sends me right where I want to be. Oh, yeah, music. Hell yeah. Music will fucking take you somewhere, dog. I'm telling you. That music is some other shit. That music will put you somewhere in a trance. Music will have you in a fucking trance, you know? It'll literally have you in a goddamn trance. A trance-like state. Music will do it. Music will do it. You know? Music will put you in a trance-like state. A trance-like state. Like, it's insane. You understand? Music is the main tool, you know? And I do suggest, if you guys are new to meditating, are beginners in meditating, that you definitely want to listen to some music that you actually resonate and try to, you know, go where that music takes you. So, you know how they say, let the music take you? Or, you know, let it take you. Wherever you're trying to go. If you feel music like that, let that shit bring you somewhere. You gotta let it bring, because music is a flow. Music is like water. The flow is water. Music is actually water. It's a flow. You know, and there's a lot of worlds in a flow. You know? When you're in that flow of music, you're going somewhere. That music is literally a whole world. Or worlds. There's a lot of things behind music. There's layers behind it. You know? And a lot of times when I dream, I encounter a lot of artists. You know? Believe it or not, in one dream I had, Kobe Bryant was teaching me how to shoot. Actually, it wasn't really Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant in his afterworld, there's a coach with him and he's shooting hoops. As Kobe's shooting hoops, he actually has the afro and everything, you know. Kobe is shooting and he has the afro. And the coach that was with Kobe was teaching me how to shoot like Kobe. And how he was making every basket. It's literally a cheat code to how Kobe was making his jump shots. And I had this dream this year, but way earlier, probably like February or March. I had this dream. And literally after I had that dream, I was making every shot. I'm not even fucking kidding you. I don't make none of this shit up. I swear on everything, I don't make none of this shit up. But in that dream, after that dream, I literally learned how to really shoot better and make 90% of my shots, because I'm naturally a good shooter when I do play basketball. But after this dream, the shooting was that much better. You understand? So shit like that happens, you know, when you're really tapped in and you really, you know, get deep. You can go to places like that in an astral projection and learn some real shit. It's crazy, but it happens. Joe said, Bobby said, when you listen to music, act as if, yeah, act as if you're the one performing. Yeah, that's a big key too. Because you know why? Because that's like the starting place to get you to go somewhere. That's damn near like an airport you create in the astral plane to go somewhere else, you know? That's one way. That's one way in which you create this like airport, you know, to go to wherever you want in the astrals. When you do create some shit like that, you know? That's why Bobby said that. Because when you go into like a musical realm and you act like you performing in front of a big crowd, that's like an airport setting, you know? Like you finna take off because that person took off and they already global, because a person who's performing music in front of a big crowd is a global person. So as a global person who's known worldwide, you can travel worldwide or universally, you know what I'm saying? That's how you can travel. That's why, you know, he said that to use as like an airport for astral projection, literally. So there's so many ways in which, you know, you can really get deep into a meditation and get some real deal profound results, you know, as you do, you know, astral project. There's all types of projections, you know, all types of worlds. It's like infinite worlds, you know. And these worlds are created by people. These worlds are thoughts. These worlds are drawn pictures. These worlds have been created by someone else's thoughts at the end of the day. And they exist for other people to use, you know. These worlds can be used as tools to help you progress in the physical reality. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally what it's for. These worlds and shit is yours for the taking and yours to use to progress, literally. So that's what the fuck happens when you really get deep in this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how the shit goes, man. But Joe said, I often see myself lecturing in front of people. I get channels that way. Well, there's people who have dreams of me lecturing in front of people all the time too. You know, so that's an interesting visualization when you go into shit like you lecturing in front of people. That's some deep shit right there. That shit is deep too. You know, a lot of people in the dreams, they see me teaching sometimes too. You know, and I might carry a certain energy, you know, when I do that. But yeah, you know, if you look at yourself as a teacher, you know, it's gonna help you a lot. Because teachers get channels too. Teachers are known to get crazy channels. You know. And my channel's been wild lately. You know. My channel's been pretty wild lately. I'm not gonna lie to you. But there's a lot of shit that's about to happen too. But I'll get into that another time. I'm gonna get into that another time, you know. When we start talking about, you know, the 21st and all that other shit. I don't know what's happening on that day. But there's some shit going down, man. That's all I can really tell you. Because I done seen some shit, you know, outside and shit. There's something happening. But like I said, I'm going to get into that another time. I ain't even going to bring that into this topic that I wanted to speak about. You know, as far as meditation and shit, you know. But meditation is key. But the key to meditation is imagination. Imagination is very key to meditating. Joe said, I just channeled the womb meditation. It's crazy. I'll inbox it to you. It's wild. Shit. You might want to, you know, throw that in the gang group, the Cosmic Gang. Might want to throw that in there. But that's interesting. I had did a whole reverse ritual card. The reverse ritual, that shit is coming to pass, really. I needed that shit because I can't afford that bullshit, bro. So I did the reverse ritual. That bitch is working. That reverse ritual is working, as you can see. You know, but yeah, definitely message me that meditation because there might be certain people that also need to see that as well. So you should post that in the group as well. But yeah, man, I can't stress it enough. Imagination is key, man. Imagination is very key. But if you missed the live, you can replay it. And if you want any type of spiritual consultation, spiritual outline, or decoding, if you want a dream decoding, if you want a real life decoding, just hit me up. I do it. I do it I'm not a tarot card reader, by the way. I don't do no tarot card readings, so I am not the person to go for no tarot card readings, none of that. However, I will decode, I will create a spiritual outline, and I will consult you thoroughly. But no, I'm not doing no tarot readings. I don't do tarot readings. But I can help you a lot, though. Trust and believe. They'll say you hit the Uno reverse on their ass. Hell yeah. Fuck them. You gotta make shit crumble sometimes, Because destruction is the true manifestation. Destruction is the true manifestation. Yeah, but like I said, y'all can hit me up if y'all want any kind of decodings, spiritual outlines, or consultations of any kind. DM me. I will help you. But y'all have a great night. I'm going to see y'all again. What's today? Tuesday? I'll probably go live again Thursday and I'll talk about something different. That's a very useful topic. But y'all be easy and make sure you meditate. Make sure you get into your imagination and get into your childlike mind, your inner child, and some real shit is going to happen for you. But y'all be good. I'm going to see y'all again soon. Probably Thursday. Peace.